Hey guys, hope you're having a fantastic day today. Today I want to share with you guys exactly what I'm going to be decluttering this month, and I'm getting ready to be gone for most of the month of May, and so I've been trying to tidy up my house, and in the process of doing so have just found a few things that I think I'm ready to let go of. I'll either be giving them away or donating these items or, recycling them if necessary. But I want to show you guys exactly what I am going to be decluttering. I think it's been about 2 months since I last did one of these, so let's go ahead and get right into this. And the first item that I'm going to be decluttering this month is this pair of Converse sneakers, and these have been extremely well-loved sneakers, and the only reason I'm getting rid of them is because I have finally officially worn them out. I now have a hole in the back of the sneakers, not to mention the fact that the rubber is coming off like right here and right here. They've also kind of turned green. You've got stitching coming undone. I have worn these sneakers completely out. I've worn them for about 5 years now, so they've definitely been extremely well loved. And it's just time to let go of them. I will be replacing them with a new pair of sneakers of some kind. I haven't decided exactly what yet. But I do think that it is definitely time to let go of these. They've served me well, I've loved wearing them, but it's time to say goodbye. So it will be kind of a sad farewell because I've really enjoyed wearing them, but it's time to see a new home, hopefully a new life. I think I'm just going to try recycling these because I don't think that anybody's going to be able to wear these with the state that they're in. Okay, and then I have 2 clothing items. I recently switched over my clothes from the winter clothes to the summer clothes, and I'm on full-on summer mode. Right now it's getting pretty warm in North Carolina, as seen by my little tank top here. But I'm going to get rid of 2 long sleeve shirts. The first one is this one. I think it's originally from Gap, but I got it secondhand. And it's just kind of this like athletic long sleeve shirt. And I've owned this for quite a few years now, and when the first couple of years I wore it really frequently and enjoyed wearing it, but I just haven't gotten as much use from it in the past couple of years. And it really just doesn't particularly suit my body type, and it isn't super flattering. And so I just haven't gotten a ton of wear of it in the past season or so. And so I'm going to be going ahead and probably donating this guy. And then the same thing goes for this one. This is the other shirt that I'm going to be decluttering. This was, once again, bought secondhand already, and I'll probably re-donate this one. This is a size small shirt, and I know it's meant to be a thermal, and I intended to wear it as a thermal, but even as a fairly small shirt, it is like extremely kind of just tight fitting, and I'm not a huge fan of super tight-fitting clothes, which I kind of thought that as a thermal I might wear it more often to layer underneath things, but I think I've just come to terms with the fact that North Carolina isn't that cold, and because of that fact I just didn't really need it. I had other things that I would reach for when I was looking for an extra layer. I have like an Organic Basics undershirt that I really like, and so this one just didn't get used that often. I wore it to bed a few times, but I have plenty of bed shirts already, so I don't really need another. So for that reason, I'm going to be decluttering both of these items. They're nice pieces. I just honestly haven't been getting enough use of them to be able to justify keeping them, so I'm going to go ahead and donate them. Okay, next up I have a few home items that go together. This is a wax warmer, so essentially it has like a light in it, and you can turn the light on, and there's wax in at the top here, and it kind of like burns it and has this nice smell that goes throughout the room. And I love the idea of this. I love how this looks. And I even like the sense of the wax that I have, but unfortunately I just never have really gotten around to using it. I think it's one of those things that I like the idea of in my head rather than practically using it. I burn real candles all the time, so I feel like this just didn't quite feel the same for me. I also think that it might have partially been where I had it in our house. It was right beside my bed. But I don't really have anywhere else to put it, so even though I think this is cute, it's a really cool concept, I think I'm going to be going ahead and either giving this away or seeing if a thrift store will take it, just because it's something that I think would be really fun for somebody else and they'd be able to get a lot of value from it. But for me, it's one of those things that I liked the idea of more than actually using it physically. So I'm going to be going ahead and donating this and figuring out what's a responsible way that I can, get rid of it, whether that's giving it away or whatever. So we'll be saying farewell to this little guy. Next up is a significantly less emotional item. This is a thing that you're able to make like salad dressings and stuff like that in, but I've just never really used it. Typically when I make salad dressings, they go right on the salad, and I've used this a handful of times. This was a gift, but it just hasn't been enough for me to really want to keep it. And it's just kind of been sitting around collecting dust, and I know plenty of other people have used these, so I'm going to go ahead and donate it and hope that it finds a new home. Next up is the game Catchphrase, and this is a fun group game, but Christopher and I have recently invested in some other group games that we significantly prefer, and so because of that we're going to be going ahead and donating this guy. It still works and everything, but we haven't used it in quite a while just because there are games that we prefer. So yeah, we'll be saying goodbye to this guy. It's a fun group game, but I think it's more fun like as a teenager than as an adult perhaps. We have a couple of books. First off is a book that I just finished reading, The Art of Work. It was a good read, very interesting. I think I got some valuable information out of it, but it's one of those books that I don't necessarily see referencing a lot in the future, so I'm going to be donating it and hoping that somebody else is able to read and enjoy the experience of the book. And then the other one is this book, Quitter, and I think that this might have either been given to me or I got it as a like pack of books quite a while ago, but it's just not a book that I see myself ever actually getting around to reading. It's one of those books that I feel like would be low enough on my book reading list never to actually get read, and that's kind of proven by the fact that it's been sitting on my bookshelf for 2 years. So I'm finally kind of pulling the plug on this one, and I'm just going to donate it. I hope that it finds a love somewhere else. A few random things. First off, I have 4 paintbrushes, and these are really like crappy paintbrushes. They're kind of terrible quality, and Christopher and I do both paint, but this is not the kind of brush that we're going to want to paint with ever, so we'll be going ahead and getting rid of those. In addition, we have some Elmer's school glue, just like plain white glue. I feel like this is one of those items that if you have kids, it's great. If you have, you know, younger people who are doing crafts, that's great, but I don't think Christopher and I have any use for it. I'm not even sure how it came into our lives in the first place, but we will probably be donating this as well as the paintbrushes to our church. I know that they do arts and crafts on Sundays, so I think that would be a fun way of being able to get rid of those items. And then we also have a pocket knife here, and Christopher has a really nice knife that I gave him a few years back that we use, but we don't particularly have any use for the pocket knife anymore because of that, and so I think it's just going to get decluttered. I honestly can't remember the last time we used it. I forgot that we actually owned it. I was just looking through our, I think it was like toolbox the other day and found it, so going to be getting rid of that. And then a couple of final things. We have 2 lids to, I think this is probably candles, but we don't own the candles that match them anymore, so I'll be going ahead and getting rid of those 2 items. I'm not sure why we still have them if we got rid of the candles, but we'll be saying goodbye to the lids. And then I have this, it's like a little like garden kit, and I do love plants as displayed by here, but it's a poinsettia grow kit, and honestly poinsettias aren't my favorite like flower. I hope that's not bad to say, but I think I'm going to go ahead and see if I can re-gift this to someone. I know we have some like wedding showers and stuff like that coming up, so maybe as a part of a larger present I could include this. I think it's a really cute idea, but I just don't think that this particular one is for me. And then the last couple of items, I have some headache relief that has expired. And normally I would say you can probably push the expiration date a little bit on stuff like headache relief, but we have so much of it that I just need to get rid of some of it, because we've been given headache medicine I think every Christmas for like 3 years now, and I just don't go through that much of it, so I've got way more than I need, so I am going to go ahead and declutter this guy. I just honestly, I think we have too much of it, and it's also expired, so yeah. And then the final item that we're going to be decluttering is, I guess this is actually 2 things. First off, we've got this massive picture frame that I don't know that you can even see it in the frame. Yeah, it's going to show up like a quarter of it in the frame. But big picture frame we're going to get rid of, and then there's also a world map inside of this that we're also going to get rid of. I know my sister has a map theme for her room decor, so I might see if she wants that. And then actually fun story is that this is actually almost identical to, we've got a tapestry map hanging above our bed, and this is like almost identical to it, but that's not important. So we have that. And then this I'm probably going to see if I can sell the frame on Facebook Marketplace or something like that. I think that would be a good way of getting rid of it. That's what I did. I got rid of a mirror a couple months back, and that's how we got rid of that. Also, that almost spilled my tea, and that would have been sad. So yeah, that's everything that we're going to be going ahead and decluttering this month. It's nothing too crazy, but I think that it's a good amount of just smaller items that we're kind of just adding up in the background of my life that it's going to be nice to be able to get rid of and say goodbye to. A lot of them are items that I have loved at some point, or at least loved the idea of, as we talked about, but they're just things that are no longer adding value, and so it's best just to say goodbye to them and help them to find a new and better home. That's everything I have for you today though, guys. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed already, I would love it if you would hit that red subscribe button. It's not red, is it? Hit the subscribe button down below. I post videos weekly about minimalism and intentional living, so if that sounds interesting to you, definitely be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss another video. I love you guys all so much though. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!